Imagine walking into your favorite hair salon for an appointment. You open the front door. The lights are on. The styling chair is empty. Scissors lie exactly where they were left. A client's hair appointment is written in the appointment book. Lunch is still sitting on the counter. The cash register is open. The owner's purse, her keys, her car. They're all still there. But the woman who owned the salon has vanished. Not over hours, not overnight, but in a window investigators believe lasted just 13 minutes. How does someone disappear in broad daylight without anyone seeing what happened? This is the mysterious disappearance of Patrice Endres. April 15th, 2004 began like any other spring morning in Cumming, Georgia. 38-year-old Patrice Endres was a well-known hairstylist and the owner of a small salon called Tamber's Trim and Tan. She was friendly, hard-working, and known by many in her community. Most importantly, she was devoted to her 15-year-old son, Pistol. That morning, Patrice drove him to school before heading to the salon to begin another day of appointments. There was nothing unusual about her schedule. Customers were booked throughout the day. Business was normal, or so it seemed. At approximately 11:37 a.m., Patrice answered a phone call at the salon. It would become one of the last confirmed moments anyone knew she was alive. Just minutes later, another customer attempted to call. This time, no one answered. Around noon, a client arrived for an appointment. The salon door was unlocked, but Patrice was nowhere to be found. Inside, investigators discovered something deeply unsettling. Her purse remained. Her keys were still inside. Her lunch had been left unfinished. Her car was parked outside. Even more puzzling, the cash register had been opened and some money was missing. It looked as though Patrice had stepped away for only a moment, except she never came back. Investigators later concluded that whatever happened likely occurred in an astonishingly short period between 11:37 a.m. and 11:50 a.m., just 13 minutes. As news spread, Conan quickly turned into panic. Family members, friends, volunteers, and law enforcement searched forests, roadsides, lakes, and abandoned properties. Search dogs were brought in, helicopters scanned the landscape, thousands of flyers were distributed, every possible lead was investigated. Despite the massive search effort, there was no sign of Patrice. It was as though she had vanished into thin air. Detectives interviewed dozens of witnesses. Several individuals came under scrutiny during the investigation. Authorities also explored whether known violent offenders operating in the region could have been connected to the crime. Over the years, numerous tips poured in. Some appeared promising, others led nowhere. At one point, an individual falsely confessed to killing Patrice before later admitting the confession was fabricated. Investigators were forced to separate rumor from fact while continuing to search for credible evidence. Despite years of work, no one has ever been arrested or charged in connection with Patrice's disappearance or death. Nearly 20 months after Patrice vanished, a person walking through a wooded area behind a church in Dawson County made a tragic discovery: human, skeletal remains. Dental records later confirmed they belonged to Patrice Endres. The location was approximately 10 miles from her salon. Although investigators had finally located Patrice, the discovery answered only one question. It did not reveal who was responsible or exactly how she died. Those answers remain unknown. Her death was ruled a homicide, but the case remains officially unsolved. What happened during those 13 minutes? Was Patrice targeted by someone who knew her routine? Did someone enter the salon pretending to be a customer? Or was it a crime of opportunity? Investigators have never publicly identified a suspect responsible for Patrice's death. Over 20 years later, they continue to encourage anyone with credible information to come forward. Many missing person cases involve hours of uncertainty. Patrice's case is different. Investigators know almost exactly when she disappeared. They know where she was. They know how little time it took. Yet despite that remarkably small window, no one has been brought to justice. That unanswered mystery has kept Patrice's story alive for more than 2 decades. For her son, her loved ones, and everyone who remembers her, the hope remains that one day the final piece of the puzzle will emerge. Until then, the question remains, who took Patrice Endres in just 13 minutes? Cases like Patrice Endres remind us that life can change in an instant. What do you think happened during those 13 missing minutes? Do you believe someone in the community knows more than they've shared? If you're passionate about real missing person investigations, unsolved mysteries, and carefully researched true crime documentaries, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every view helps keep these stories alive. Every comment helps keep the conversation going, and every share helps ensure that victims like Patrice Endres are never forgotten. Until our next investigation, stay safe, stay aware, and never stop seeking the truth.